Welcome to our story time. Are you ready to join us on a thrilling jungle adventure? Today's story, The Great Jungle Adventure, is filled with friendship, courage, and a dash of mystery. Perfect for learning English and enjoying a fantastic tale. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the jungle. The Great Jungle Adventure. In a small village at the edge of a dense, mysterious jungle, there lived two best friends, Mia and Leo. Mia was a brave and curious girl, always eager for an adventure. Leo, on the other hand, was more cautious, but he never let Mia go on a journey alone. Together, they formed a perfect team, Mia with her courage and Leo with his wisdom. One day, while sitting by the river that bordered their village, Mia and Leo heard a strange sound coming from deep within the jungle. It was a soft, rhythmic beat, almost like the beating of a drum. Intrigued, Mia looked at Leo with her eyes shining. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, excitement bubbling in her voice. Leo nodded, his brows furrowed. "Yeah, I heard it. But do you really want to find out what it is? You know the jungle is full of mysteries and dangers." But Mia was already on her feet, brushing dirt from her pants and grinning from ear to ear. "Of course, I do. Aren't you curious? It could be something amazing." Leo sighed, knowing there was no way to convince her otherwise. "All right, but let's be careful, okay? And we need a plan." Together, they packed their small backpacks with essentials, a water bottle, some snacks, a flashlight, and a rope. They said goodbye to their families, promising they'd be back before sunset. And with that, they took their first steps into the thick jungle, following the mysterious sound. As they walked deeper, the trees grew taller, their leaves creating a green canopy that blocked out the sun. Strange noises filled the air, bird calls, rustling leaves, and the occasional distant roar of an unknown animal. Leo shivered, but Mia pressed forward, determined to find the source of the drumbeat. After what felt like hours, they finally came to a clearing. In the center was a massive stone structure, covered in vines and moss. It looked like an ancient temple, with carvings of animals and symbols that neither of them recognized. "Wow," Mia breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "This must be a lost temple. I've read about these. People say they hold incredible treasures." Leo wasn't so sure. "Or maybe it holds something dangerous. Remember, just because something is old doesn't mean it's safe." But Mia was already examining the entrance, which was blocked by a heavy stone door. To her surprise, the rhythmic drumming sound was louder here, as if it was coming from within the temple itself. "Come on, Leo," Mia said, pulling at the door. "Help me open this. We have to see what's inside." Together, they pushed with all their might, and slowly, the door began to budge. With one final heave, they managed to open it enough to slip inside. Inside, the air was cool and damp, and the only light came from a faint glow deeper within the temple. They followed the glow, their footsteps echoing in the silence. As they walked, they noticed murals on the walls, depicting scenes of people dancing, animals running, and a large, golden statue in the center. Finally, they reached the source of the light. In the center of the chamber stood a golden statue of a jaguar, its eyes made of glittering gemstones. At its feet was a small drum, still vibrating slightly with the mysterious beat. "Do you think the statue is alive?" Leo whispered, eyes wide with fear. Mia shook her head, though she wasn't entirely sure. No, statues can't be alive. But this drum, it must be enchanted or something. Just as she reached out to touch the drum, the ground trembled. A deep voice filled the room, echoing off the stone walls. "Who dares to enter the temple of the jaguar?" the voice boomed. Mia and Leo froze, their hearts pounding. They looked around, but they couldn't see anyone. We didn't mean to intrude," Leo stammered, his voice shaking. "We were just curious." The voice chuckled, a low, rumbling sound. "Curiosity is a double-edged sword. But since you have come this far, you may take the test." "The test?" Mia asked, her curiosity stronger than her fear. "Yes," the voice replied. "If you wish to leave this temple with the drum, you must prove your courage, wisdom, and friendship. Only those who pass the test may carry the treasures of the jungle." Mia and Leo glanced at each other. They knew they had no choice. They nodded in agreement, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The first challenge appeared in the form of a stone maze that sprang up around them. The walls rose high, and the paths twisted in every direction. Mia took a deep breath, trying to remember the layout. "I think if we go left, then right, we might reach the end faster," she suggested. Leo nodded, trusting her judgment. Together, they navigated the maze, working as a team. They took turns deciding which way to go, and after what felt like an eternity, they finally emerged on the other side. The voice returned, sounding pleased. "You have passed the test of wisdom. Now, for the test of courage." The ground opened up beneath them, revealing a narrow bridge that stretched across a dark abyss. Mia's heart raced, but she forced herself to be brave. "Leo, we can do this. Just hold on to the rope and don't look down." They carefully inched across the bridge, step by step. At one point, Leo slipped, but Mia grabbed his hand, steadying him. Together, they made it to the other side, their courage stronger than ever. "Well done," the voice said. "You have proven your courage. Now, for the final test, the test of friendship." Suddenly, the room filled with illusions of Mia and Leo's friends and family, all calling out to them, needing their help. It was overwhelming, and the urge to rush back was strong. But they remembered their promise to each other, to stay together no matter what. "We can't help them if we're not together," Leo said, gripping Mia's hand. "They'll be okay. We have to trust that." Mia nodded, and they held on to each other, refusing to be separated by the illusions. Slowly, the images faded, and they were left standing alone in the temple. The voice spoke again, softer this time. "You have shown true friendship. The drum is yours." With a final flash of light, the golden statue's eyes sparkled, and the drum floated gently into Mia's hands. They could feel a warmth radiating from it, as if it held the power of the jungle itself. "Thank you," Mia said, her voice filled with gratitude. "We will take care of it." With the drum in their possession, they made their way back through the jungle, the path seeming clearer and brighter than before. As they returned to the village, they knew their adventure had changed them. The ground opened up beneath them, revealing a narrow bridge that stretched across a dark abyss. Mia's heart raced, but she forced herself to be brave. "Leo, we can do this. Just hold on to the rope and don't look down." They carefully inched across the bridge, step by step. At one point, Leo slipped, but Mia grabbed his hand, steadying him. Together, they made it to the other side, their courage stronger than ever. From that day on, Mia and Leo became known as the guardians of the drum, protectors of the jungle's secrets. And whenever they heard the faint beat of a drum in the distance, they smiled, knowing that the spirit of the jungle was watching over them.